What's up, people? In this video we're going to do this by my best friend in the entire world, Stephanie Buttermore.
So I want to more.
Oh my god. What gaining weight taught me about growing glutes. The truth. Oh, the truth. Gotta love that clickbait. Anyway, yeah, I wonder what she could have learned. Like my jacket. I got a new jacket. Just gonna flex a little bit. Anyway, yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for other YouTubers' videos, blah blah blah, let me know.
More or less quantify my progress on my glutes. So I'm going to actually be measuring them.
The biggest part is just over 93. That's us covering the whole time. About between 94 and a half and 94 and 3 quarters. About 105 centimeters.
105 centimeters and 41 and a half inches.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today's actually December 25th, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I know you guys are seeing this after the New Year. I do want to quickly just say thank you so much for the response on my 2019 video. It was probably the most positively received video I've ever made, so I really appreciate all the love in that video. It means so much to me. For this video, we are going to be talking about glutes, and we're going to be talking about how much I've grown my glutes, and some things that have really changed my perception of how to do that. But as you can notice, you're probably wondering where I am. I'm actually in a new house right now. If you follow me on Instagram, I showed you guys that I had to move, and I moved because I wanted to be closer to my mom. You guys know that my mom is really important to me. I spend a lot of time with her, so I wanted to be closer to her, and I also wanted to have a bigger space so she could have her own room here. So she does have her own room. We're just more centrally located in Jacksonville, which is really nice. We're not completely unpacked by any means, and we haven't bought all the furniture that we need for this place because it's much bigger than our old place. But I wanted to show you around really quickly, and then we'll get on with the video.
This is like the fireplace room, I guess, and we're gonna have our old couch in this room, but it's temporarily in the other room. And then this leads into the kitchen. This goes up to the 3 bedrooms that go upstairs. They're not really that interesting or put together yet, so I'll show you the downstairs area. This is the kitchen. And there's a little dinette area aside from the formal dining room. Another little main living area, and that's why I was saying that the couch is actually in here temporarily until we find a bigger couch. So this one's gonna live in the fireplace room, and then it goes outside. We have a pool now, which is really nice. It's actually really nice today, even though it's like end of December. That's the ceiling. It's like a tiny door. Harry Potter was in there. Then it comes back to this room, and then this is my mom's room. It's fully not decorated yet. We needed to have 2 beds just in case I need to stay in here with her. So 2 bunk beds, kind of cute. Her bathroom. Then this is the master bedroom. It's really nice. It's a lot bigger than my old master bedroom.
So she's so good. She's so smart. Who storyboards these videos? I want to know. Is this like a one-man show, or is this, I'm not muted, am I? Is this like a group effort? Like, I've heard that a lot of these YouTubers, once they get to a certain once they get big enough, they have like a team of people that help them, I don't know, whatever, like plan out their videos and edit them and like do all this shit. Like, is that what's happening here, or is this just her, you know, whatever, doing her thing? I watched one of Jeff's videos. His definitely look like he's getting some professional help. I'm not saying he's like not capable, blah blah blah, like don't put words in my mouth, but like it looks like a TV show, you know. It's like very high production quality. I don't know anything about him. I don't know, maybe he's like pro video editor also, but like and anyway, the reason that I say that is because, number one, like, great title, what gaining weight taught me about growing glutes. Like, gaining weight, growing glutes, the truth, little bit of extra clickbait there. And then the first 3 minutes of the video, like, there's been nothing, you know. I remember when I first started, or not really first started, when I started making videos again, I paid like $150 for a consultation with a YouTube expert. There's this guy, his name is Tim Schmoyer. He's like one of these like YouTube veterans. He's been around for, I don't know, 10 years or something. Video creators, I think, is his channel. And he makes, he's one of these guys who like makes videos like how to get more subscribers, how to get more views, how to get better watch time, like top 10 tricks, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, I paid like $150 for a consultation with one of his assistants or employees or something. And I remember what this guy told me, and one of the things that stuck with me, a lot of good tips in that consultation, definitely worth the $150. But what he said, he's like, you need to tease the beginning of your video, or no, you need to tease your video more in the beginning. Okay, and I don't really do that now, definitely not like with these types of videos. But like you saw in the beginning how, where was it? It was like, you know, the first, what was this, 10 seconds is like just like straight up like close-ups of like her ass. Like, it's brilliant, you know. It's actually brilliant, because like if people see this in the first 20 seconds of the video, they're going to watch the rest of the video. You just bought yourself another like 2 minutes. So like, not only did you buy yourself another 2 minutes, now they'll watch all of this, like, I don't want to say filler, but like, and again, no judgment, like don't like take this the wrong way, but like, this is fucking boring. I don't want to see a better house. Like, I didn't click on this video, or whatever. I'm an exception, but like, I'm sure most people didn't click on this video to like see what her fucking house looks like. Like, who cares? Oh wow, kitchen, like, big deal, pool. But because she just teased the video so well here by showing her boyfriend measuring her ass, like, you know, people are going to watch the rest of the video. Okay. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about that, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's a reaction video. What do you want? Like, I have to stop it every couple minutes and like talk about it. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Master bedroom, and then this is the TV mirror, and then this is our bathroom. I forgot to show the chandelier. Where's Jeff? Jeff's here now.
So there's a few things that I wanted to talk about in this video, and I'm also going to be taking you through a glute workout after this, so stay tuned for that. I just wanted to talk to you guys briefly about something that kind of like changed my perception of how to like grow my glutes, and I've been making videos about growing glutes for a very long time since I started my channel. Now things are totally different. As you know, I went all in. I feel like going all in did wonders for the way my legs look in leggings, the way my glutes look in leggings, and I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on like gaining weight. So for me, I did something a little bit more extreme than like formal bulk. Going all in, I'm not saying that you have to go all in, but if you are interested in making your glutes look nicer in leggings, or you just want like a more shapely, full, like voluptuous butt, it's probably in your interest to eat a little bit more, be a little bit more of a caloric surplus, and to gain fat on your glutes. So this is going to be the only video at the beginning of the new year that says don't diet if you want to grow your glutes, because that is not going to help you grow muscle. I'll show you images of what I looked like here when I was really, really lean. My butt looked great when I would pose. Like I would flex my glutes and you could see that like I had muscle there, but I didn't have a lot of fat. So when I was just walking around, my butt didn't really look great. I personally think, and it took going all in for me to realize this, that if you have muscle and then you have some fat on top of the muscle, those are like the juicy glutes that you probably want. You've seen girls on Instagram. They have muscle and they also have fat on top of the muscle. It's just, you know, my opinion, my personal opinion. I feel like Jeff had been trying to tell me this the whole time I was lean. If you're in deficit and you're starting to feel you're in deficit, it is a little bit harder unless you have a lot of body fat to grow muscle. Just something to keep in mind, put a little body fat on there. It definitely helps. Really quick, I completely forgot that Jeff and I, prior to filming any of this, we already got my new glute measurements, and I measured my glutes now twice before this, and I think that I made some really improvements. I don't know exactly what it was last time, but
Sorry, I just want you guys to get the full experience here. So there we go.
all the measurements up on the screen, and you guys can see how much I've grown them. Of course, some of it is body fat. That's the point.
All right, who cares? Interesting. Let me say something intelligent about this. All right, I can't focus. Yeah, so you know, watching that, like, you know what I realized? Oh fuck, what am I doing here? My reaction videos are actually like the worst possible reaction videos ever. Like, you see other people do a reaction video, like, I don't know, Vegan Gains or Greg Doucette or something like that, and they actually like talk about the video. I don't talk about the video at all. I just like talk about myself, or like whatever pops into my head. I'm just like, actually, yeah, that reminds me of this one thing that blah blah blah. Other people are like, they said this, and actually, like, this is my opinion on this. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so anyway, on that note, in that same vein, right? I remember when I was watching this just now, I was thinking, like, what was she saying? You know, the girls who you think have a nice ass or whatever, they have muscle there, but they also have fat. And I was thinking in my mind, like, I've mentioned my German ex-girlfriend before, but like, oh my God, like, what a body on this girl. Like, and that's exactly what her body looked like. She was like she played soccer in high school. I can't really say that has nothing, or that has something to do with like the way her body turned out, maybe. But man, she was like short, compact, very, very like good curves, and just her ass was like, just like, it was firm but squishy, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't like flabby, you know what I mean? There was fat on it for sure, but like you would push on the fat, and you could push in a little bit, and then as soon as you moved your hand, it would like go right back to like its original shape. I don't know. I still like haven't gotten over it. It's been a couple of years now. Anyway, I kind of want to tell this story, but anyway, okay, I'll tell it. Who cares? So when I met her, I've never told this story before. It's nothing to do with Stephanie Buttermore, whatever. When I met her, I was working in Sydney. This was like 2013, I think. I was working in Sydney, and like I had just come back to this company that I had originally worked for. I worked there for like 4 months. I was like managing a kiosk there. I had to deal with the owner, and like we parted on bad terms. So I traveled a little bit, and then I kind of started running out of money. So I reached out to the owner. I was like, hey, listen, like, let me come back. I'm sorry. Like, let's try again. So I went to go back to work there, and like my first day back, I like had a fucking, I don't know if I had like a nervous breakdown, but I was like, I just can't do this anymore. So I like left in the middle of the day, and I told the manager, I was like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it's cool, man, don't worry about it. Like, just go back tomorrow. So anyway, in the morning, the next day, I like got up before everybody got up, and I just escaped from the apartment because I was living in the company apartment. So just like packed my shit and bounced, like, without telling anybody. And I went to this hostel that was in Sydney. It was called the Wood Duck at the time. And now I think it's like, I forget what it's called. It's called something else now. But it was in King's Cross, which at the time was like a very big was like a party place. It's kind of like a shitty part of town. It's been cleaned up since then, but at the time it was like a shitty part of town, like a bunch of hookers and junkies, and like it's just not a nice place. Anyway, I went into this hostel and I was like, oh, you know, I had a voucher for the Wood Duck. So I was like, okay, I'll stay here for 2 days and then I'll go do some farm work in the north. Anyway, I go there, and like I got there like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, because like I walked there from Surrey Hills. And I sat in the TV room, like I checked in, whatever, put my shit down, and like sat in the TV room, like kind of exhausted from the walk. And I'm like sitting there watching TV. I'm the only one in there. And this girl comes in and kind of like opens the door and like peeks her head in. And she like looked at me and like smiled. We both kind of like smiled at each other. And I didn't think really anything of it. I was like, well, actually I was kind of like, oh, I was kind of glad I came here. And like whatever, I'm like watching TV. I don't know if I was just sitting there like quietly not watching TV, but anyway, she went upstairs. Like 5-10 minutes later, she came back down, and she had changed out of her like I guess daytime clothes into like a pair of boxer shorts and just a t-shirt. And she goes like, so the way the TV room was set up was like a bunch of chairs and couches, and then facing the TV, obviously, but the TV was like kind of up close to the ceiling, right? It was like up high so everyone could see it. Anyway, I remember she like walked in front of me and like stood on her tippy toes to like reach up and do something on the TV, and the boxer shorts kind of like lifted up a little bit, so I could see like the bottom part of her ass, and that was it. Like that was the moment I fell in love, honestly. Anyway, has nothing to do with this. Let's move on.
The point is that there's some body fat, there's some muscle in there, and your glutes look bigger. That out of the way, I am going to show you guys a workout that we didn't do today. We're not going to do today's Christmas Day. No gym open. That's why I had to pre-film it. But I made overnight oats, and this is my new obsession. You guys know that I eat like protein oatmeal all the time, but my new obsession is overnight oats, and you have to try this if you haven't already. This is like my favorite pre-workout meal, so I'm just mentioning it now. And I made this last night. It's the same recipe: oatmeal, protein, you get water, almond milk, and I stick it in the fridge, and it makes like a cake. I like this better, I think. It's so good. Anyways, I want to share that with you. It's relevant. We're going to segue into the workout. I hope you really like it. It's a walkthrough workout. I haven't done one in a while, so let me know if you like those videos down below. I'll see you at the gym. So we're at the gym, and the first thing we're going to be doing, I got heavy deadlifts today. So I have 4 sets of 3 reps at 85% of my RM. I get a lot of questions about exercise order. A lot of you guys who run my program sometimes email me and ask me like, does the order of the exercises matter? Because sometimes people are using a machine that you need, or sometimes people are using a squat rack that you need, and exercise order actually does matter. So this is a really systemically taxing exercise, and it's why it's the first exercise of the workout. So you want to hit like the main primary movement early in the workout. It's probably really taxing. That's why you don't want to do it when you're tired, because you did a bunch of other stuff first. Just make sure that you follow the order you have in my program. If you have this one, make sure you do the exercises in the right order. So something that I've been working on, and something that I struggle with, that you might struggle with as well if you go conventional, is that my hips will shoot up too early. So what I've been trying to do to prevent that from happening is starting with my hips higher. I feel like if my hips are higher, it prevents the bar from getting out too far in front of me. From the side, the bar should be going straight up and down. And I find that starting with my hips higher, it definitely helps from my hips shooting out.
It helps keep your shins vertical too, because your shins would always kind of come forward.
My shins will come forward, my hips will shoot up, and I tried pulling sumo. If you pull sumo, this may not be relevant, but I tried and it's too awkward for me. I have a hip issue, so it doesn't work for me, so I like pulling conventional. It works for me. As you're deadlifting, you want to imagine the bar is dragging the entire leg of your leg. I did some pulleys with you that looks like you're painting the front of your leg with paint, so that you're pulling bars straight through your leg. So it will drag across your shin and up your thigh, but that makes sure that bar remains straight far out. Try that yourself. Good idea.
Are those 45s or are those 25s?
Next up, we have pause barbell.
Are those actually 45 pounds? Is she repping 305 on deadlift? Is that, was she just like easily repping that? Is that possible? Or are those 25s? That's a lot of weight. That's actually a lot of weight. That's a lot. That's not easy to rep if those are 45s. They look like 45s because I'm not sure if those are like iron weights or if they're bumper plates, because there are some bumper plates, but the bumper plates usually are not black. If this is 305, if she's repping 305 like that, that's really good. That's strong. That's not easy to do. That's hard for me to rep that much. That's actually hard. Yeah. So good job, I guess. I think this might be, is this a video where I like say only nice things about Stephanie Buttermore? Oh my God, what is the world coming to? Maybe it's my jacket. I'm feeling like, I don't know. I went to the, oh God, all right, let's focus on the video. Anyway, protein, I guess the one thing is like overnight oats. I've never tried it, so I can't really say anything bad about overnight oats because I've never tried it. So what do I know, I guess? But I don't like protein powder. I prefer to eat regular food. So making, like just using that in general with oats, I don't know. I don't eat a lot of oatmeal anymore anyway. Whatever, minor gripe. Like if you eat overnight oats and then you deadlift 305, like if you rep it out easily at the gym, like eat your overnight oats, you know, like good job. I kind of want to see like if she's going to do more. And I guess it's just the only other thing I was thinking is that like, you know, when you, because I've wanted to do workout videos before, kind of similar to this, but notice how there's nobody in the gym except for them and probably like whatever, like 1 or 2 other people, you know. So you kind of need the gym to be empty, because or you need to go to a gym where everybody is just complete like attention whore and doesn't mind to be on camera, because unfortunately for me, nobody really enjoys being on camera. Everyone's like really shy to be on camera. Nobody's really comfortable doing it. So during situations where like I would love to just like, and it's more pronounced I think in America, because people are like, they're all about their rights here. Like, well, I have the right to blah blah blah, you can't film me. I would love to just like whip out my camera many times and do videos, you know, in public, but you know, not everybody's comfortable with that, and I just don't want to deal with it. Is that an excuse? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. I guess like you do need an empty gym to make your videos. What else was I gonna say? Like, I don't know, nothing interesting, I guess. Regarding like what she said about starting like this with your back parallel to the ground, I think she means like as opposed to with your butt down here in like more of a squat position, and then just kind of essentially like squatting the weight really, but holding the weight in front of you from the bottom, if that makes sense, right? Like imagine her butt is down here, her back is still straight. Like imagine she just like drops her butt down here so that her thighs are parallel to the ground. That's how I used to deadlift, right? I used to deadlift like that, and people told me after they saw me doing that, they like, some like musclehead like criticized me at the gym. This is a long time ago, and he was like, why are you doing it like that? That's basically just like a squat, like you're not even deadlifting, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I was like 21 or something. I was like, oh, okay, sir, like I'll do it your way. Don't you know, be mad at me. Yeah, this is like I guess proper form, right? How I've been doing it since then. And what did she say? Like her hips come forward too soon. I've seen this with other like beginner lifters, like where they'll straighten out, but they'll push, because at the top of the movement of the deadlift, you're supposed to push your hips forward a little bit to like lock it out. I think, don't quote me on that. I think that's how you do it. Any power lifters, feel free to correct me. But what I've seen with a lot of newer lifters, really, who maybe don't have as good a control over their body, is that when they're, let's say, instead of like fully upright, when their like legs are like almost straight, but they're still kind of hunched over a little bit, like at this angle, they'll start bringing their hips forward, which is, they're kind of rushing it. They're not completing the movement. But these deadlifts look good. They're not, you know, they're not bad at all. I just can't get over this. Like, is this 300 pounds? Is that what she's doing? Somebody tell me here how much that is. I'm surprised she hasn't like done the weight, but like working set with 305, that's a lot. All right.
Next up, we have pause barbell hip thrust. And I showed you pause barbell hip thrust in my last video, and I actually set up like a barbell and use weights. But a lot of you guys do struggle with setting up hip thrust in your gym. Maybe you don't have a good spot for it. So you can do a hip thrust on a leg extension machine. This is not revolutionary. I'm sure you've seen it before. In the event that you haven't, I want to show you. You're gonna pause for 3 seconds at the top, and then do like a slow and controlled eccentric. Not too slow. Squeeze your glutes at the top, hold for 3 seconds, and then go back down. Exercise is going to be the reverse lunge on a Smith machine. I personally like to do it where I alternate legs, so I do one leg back and then I do the other leg. I think Jeff does like all of his reps on one leg at a time. I don't like to do that. I do it my way. So you can do, either you can do all your reps on one leg or alternate like I do. And make sure that your front leg, your shin is going to be perpendicular, it's going to be straight up. So when I do all the reps on one leg at a time, I do find that constant tension does put a lot of that force on your quad. So if that's your goal, try that way. But if you're trying to make them more glute focused like I do, because when I take a step back I really focus on the glute, then you can do it that way. You can do it my way. The better way.
Okay. What are you doing now?
You're going to do dumbbell frog pups. This one is a little awkward. I admit that it's not anyone's favorite to do in the gym, but it's really good for the glutes. And we're going to be doing 20 reps of it, so I'm not going to go too heavy. But if you don't know how to do these, you have to put your feet together. And I'm using this to rest my head against. You kind of have to prop your head up. Laying flat just doesn't work. Your range of motion is too short. So if you prop your head up on like a Bose ball or like even like a barbell pad, but I just found this over there. So we are going to be doing machine hip abduction, and there's no secret to this one. You guys all know how to do this. I just want to like point out that I do see a lot of people just going way too fast, and you're gonna get the most bang for your buck on the eccentric. So if you're doing anything slow, the eccentric or eccentric, make sure it's the eccentric. You can do like eccentric accentuated loading on these if you want to spice them up or do a drop set or something. But if you're just doing them regularly, just don't go too fast. Last but not least, we're gonna do abs. I still do abs, but just on my try days. I don't do them every day anymore. But we're gonna finish off with some bicycle lunges. Alright guys, that's going to conclude this workout. I really hope that you enjoyed like having me do all the cues like in the gym with you as opposed to just doing voiceover. I thought it would be more interesting. I thought that I could, I don't know, provide like a few like little nuggets of information if you haven't heard of all the things I said. If you're interested in checking out my women's optimization program, it will be linked down below. I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing start to your new year, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.
Okay. Interesting, I guess. Regarding like glute growth, I've heard like, okay, so part of it, and I could be totally wrong. I'm not, you know, a girl who like focuses on growing her ass. But what I've heard is that glute growth is like if your body stores fat there, you can grow your glutes. If your body doesn't store fat there, you're kind of fucked. Obviously, it's not like 100%. Everyone can work on their body and change it to some degree. But that's what I've heard. Don't quote me on that. I have no idea. Obviously, if you like do these exercises, you will experience growth, I'm assuming, if they actually do target the glutes. I don't have like glute day. I really just kind of squat and then I'll occasionally do lunges. In my experience, like you have something called quad dominant, right? If you're quad dominant, it means you have trouble engaging your glutes and you put more of the burden of lifting the weight on your quads, right? A lot of people are quad dominant unless you actually like make, a concerted effort to flex your glutes when you're doing any sort of lunge or hip extension or something like that. What I've noticed is like they say that in the kinetic chain, or what your body basically, if you have one muscle that's very tight, it means that the muscle like on the other side of your body is going to be underdeveloped, right? So the like opposite muscle, I forget what it's called. It's not called opposite muscle. It's just some like more scientific word for it. But anyway, oh man. The hip flexors are like the opposite muscle of the glutes, right? So like if you have tight hip flexors from sitting all day, it's going to be harder for you to work your glutes. Like let's just take lunges, for example, right? If you have tight hip flexors, then it's going to be harder for you to put your leg far back enough so that you can put enough pressure on the glute to actually do it. So what's going to happen is you're going to do most of the lift with your quad, right? If you're quad dominant, I'm not saying she is. She's a big butt. Like I don't know how much of that. I honestly, like, growing your ass is not one of my. I know nothing about it, so like take everything I say with a grain of salt. However, I do know that if you have tight hip flexors, then it's going to be harder for you to grow your glutes. So I guess my contribution to this is like stretch your hip flexors, everybody. Let's talk more about these individual exercises. I guess these are pretty good. This like started out as like a meme exercise, but I see so many people doing these now when I work out at a gym, not necessarily on this machine. But this, like, I don't know, I see a ton of girls like putting up a lot of weight and they have very developed glutes, let's just say. So I'm assuming it works. What else is there on here? I really just want to know, like, is this 300 pounds she's repping? It's kind of scary. What else was there? This thing right here, this like dumbbell frog pump. Yeah, I guess that's cool too. And then what was that other machine? This machine. That's also good. Like the reason that I mentioned that about what's it called? About like being quad dominant is because what I would like to, I'm trying to get like a good shot of her face, it doesn't look weird. Like what are the machine like meme exercises that you can do to work on your glutes? Like, for example, what compound lifts can you do so that I don't have to spend several minutes of my exercise time like specifically focusing on my glutes? That's what I would like to see. I guess deadlift, right? I guess that's one. But in my experience, like the deadlift is a lot for your back and possibly your quads, right? And then it's really only at that like top, like when you push your hips forward that you're activating the glutes. I mean, obviously they're activated the entire time, but I just feel like it's more quads and back. I could be wrong. I also could be quad dominant, so I don't know. I'm not like a glute expert on growing my own glutes. That's, yeah, anyway. Okay, so wow, I'm being so nice to Stephanie. Maybe 2020 is the year of positivity. I could get used to that. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't have anything. I have nothing bad to say. I'm kind of confused. Okay, but anyway, if you guys have any other recommendations for videos, maybe not about Stephanie Buttermore, that you want me to take a look at, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.